There's a digital revolution going on in our financial sector. Cheques are nearly gone, cash is in decline, buy now, pay later, digital wallets and digital currencies are fast becoming the new norm.
Why should we be worried about automation?
Well, if you look at the backdrop, we automated away 4 million manufacturing jobs in Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Missouri, and those communities have never recovered. Where if you look at the numbers, half of the workers left the workforce and never worked again, and then half of that group filed for disability. Now, what happened to the manufacturing workers is now going to happen to the truck drivers, retail workers, call centers, fast food workers, and on through the economy as we evolve and technology marginalizes the labor of more and more Americans.
What will be the effects of that to you? I mean, that's a massive displacement of people. What will happen once that happens?
Well, as you said, I think it's going to be disastrous. Where if you look at truck drivers alone, being a trucker is the most common job in 29 states. There are 3.5 million truck drivers in this country. And my friends in Silicon Valley are working on trucks that can drive themselves because that's where the money is, where we can save tens, even hundreds of billions of dollars by trying to automate that job. But I was just with truck drivers in Iowa last week, and imagining that community recovering from their income going from, let's call it $50,000 a year to much, much less than that catastrophically, it's going to be a disaster for many, many American communities.
Welcome back, guys. Hope you're all having a great day. Once again, appreciate you taking the time out to check out the content. If you could give me a like and you could subscribe also, that would be much appreciated. Help me to grow the channel. Looking at the charts, we got Bitcoin has dropped below 40k. Now, I did say in my previous videos that this was going to be the case. I was looking for a move back up in towards this area of 45 to 40. Between 45.5 and 44.5 region. If we was to just draw it out, roughly around this area, I was anticipating for Bitcoin to push up into, and then a continuation back down to take out 32k or 33k, and then eventually 30k. I still believe this could be the case, as we could just be taking out a bit of liquidity at the bottom here before we do get a push higher and then a continuation back down. So still got my eyes peeled on this, guys. Still in a bear market, nothing's changed. I don't see us moving above 50k as of anytime soon. Once again, this is just educational purposes. I'm not a financial advisor, so take whatever I say with a pinch of salt. Ethereum, nothing has changed for me. As you can see, I had this posted back a good few weeks now. How's it been? Beginning of April or end of March, beginning of April, I said we was going to push up into this area and then eventually break back down towards 1850 or 1800. So nothing's changed there. As you know, I do not like Ethereum. Gas is trash. But yeah, guys, I do believe we're going to be continuing to head down. We could see another drive back up into this area of 3200, and then move back down towards 28, 24 and 1850. So that's my standpoint on that. XRP, still no change, still bearish, still looking for or waiting for price to, take out these lows here of 0.50 and 0.40. Obviously, the markets are just moving very sluggish lately. No real, exciting price action going on. So, but yeah, my standpoint is still the same. As we look at XLM, as you can see on the weekly time frame, we failed to break above this high here of 0.25, and we had this nice bearish engulfing candle. So we failed to make a higher high. So you can see that price is just sort of breaking down now. Should be looking to take out 0.16 cents, and then potentially 0.13 cents would be the next area of support, and then below that would be 10 cents and 7 cents. So there's no stopping, there's no saying that XLM couldn't reach down to these areas. You know, as it stands, we are still in a bear market. Next up is XDC. You can see here where we failed to break above 6 cents, and we've just kind of been trickling down. We could potentially get another touch of the support area of 4 cents, or we could just be, you know, bouncing around in between this area before we do see some lift off. But nothing spectacular for price action at the moment for XDC. Next up, we've got Algorand. As you can see, Algorand is just hovering around support, roughly around 60 cents. Well, 70 cents, sorry. As you can see here, this is a key area of support. So until we do get a break above $1.10, I mean, I don't see Algorand moving. I mean, we could see something like this, as this could be classed as a double bottom. We could see a small drive up in towards this area, but if Bitcoin tanks, then the whole market's going to fall with it. And the next area of support for Algorand will be around 25 cents if it breaks below 70 cents. 0.7 cents, so 70 cents, yeah. So yeah, guys, just a quick update on the charts. Nothing too exciting, you know. Let's get into some news. Following up from the title of the video, we have crackdowns on non-custodial or unhosted wallets. Today's news came out from Russian bankers reportedly wanting to outlaw non-custodial crypto wallets. The Association of Banks of Russia has previously collaborated with Binance as part of its expert center focused on crypto regulations. The Association of Banks of Russia, an organization including more than 300 Russian banks and financial institutions, has called on lawmakers to criminalize storing crypto outside of centralized exchanges on non-custodial wallets. Local news agency reported. A local news agency reported. In contrast to accounts at centralized crypto exchanges, non-custodial or self-custodial wallets allow users to store crypto without relying on a third party that is able to freeze, block, or seize users' crypto assets. This essentially enables investors to be their own bank by getting fully control over their crypto and the associated private key. Now, this comes off the back of the EU. The EU also came out with news that they were possibly looking to crack down on unhosted wallets. This was back in March. The European Parliament is on track to vote to include unhosted wallets such as Ledger or MetaMask in an anti-money laundering AML package as part of the transfer of funds regulation. Now, I've mentioned this before, you know, there's not going to be, well, the whole ethos of cryptocurrencies and whatnot is like, you know, decentralization, anonymous transactions and all of this. But I've said before, this is not how it's going to pan out. We still haven't got regulations. And, you know, this is all a myth, guys. Like, just don't believe the hype of decentralization and You know, you really think the governments and authorities, you think they care about decentralization, really? Yeah, they want to have the masses under control. Yeah, they're coming out with CBDCs, which will be programmable, which will kind of dictate to you where you can spend your money and how long, like it'll have an expiry date on it. So what makes you think they're going to care about decentralization and protocols that are decentralized and whatnot? They don't care. Yes, this is what you need to kind of get through to your head. Like, these things are just going to be coming as time progresses. These things are just going to be coming out every day. These headlines of, you know, the markets and the regulations are getting tighter. So look at China. China is the model of how the West want to be. Yeah. And they've banned Bitcoin. They're banning NFTs. You can only have NFTs which are on their own government platforms. They've got new regulations about the NFT space, to preventing financial risks related to NFTs, banning BTC, ETH, USDT for NFT payments. Could this be where the crypto space is heading? Are we moving into a totalitarian state? Are we going to be like China? It's still yet to be seen. But a lot of these regulations and these new restrictions and rules that are coming out, it is looking like it could potentially, you know, we could be moving into a state like China, which I don't really agree with. I don't think it's good, but you never know. A lot of banks coming out now providing custody for cryptos. Who's to say that, you know, we might have to move our cryptos onto a bank or our bank accounts, as they will have more stringent AML KYC. The space is still in its infancy, so who knows, guys? Who knows? But I'm gonna leave that with you. Appreciate you taking the time out to check out the content, and I'll get back to you guys soon.